So recently I found out about this game called Spiritfall, after being told it has very similar controls to Brawlhalla, and after trying it I gotta say it's actually crazy how much my skills translated from one game to the other. In fact, I feel like everyone who has played Brawlhalla in the past will instantly have an advantage here. Let me show you why. The game starts by showing you some lore and basic movement mechanics, which I was already very familiar with. There's a simple combat tutorial which leads you straight to action. The first run I played wasn't terrible. I learned about the different divine spirits, which gives your attacks different effects, like freezing, burning and many more. But most importantly I learned what to expect inside each room, from relics to the upgrades. I started feeling a bit more confident with my skills, even though I ended up dying to the first boss. But anyway, I returned to the starting area, got some upgrades and started my second run, pretty much the same as the first one, except I found this weird side main 1v1 room, in which this guy didn't seem to die, and I was way too late to realize there was a timer on the screen, which eventually led to my demise. On my third run though, I found the most broken thing I've ever seen. Sharbora, one of the divine spirits, and let me tell you, this thing is way too OP. Unlike the other divine spirits, this one works by reducing the damage you take and giving you super armor if you have the buff, and by getting this upgrade, I had those effects constantly applied on me. So I headed up to the first boss and finally managed to defeat her. Making my way into the second region and learning about all the stuff I hadn't seen. Until I managed to reach the second boss, which I would have defeated if it wasn't for this random super reactable laser beam. To cool down a bit, I decided to try another weapon, the bow, which actually feels very similar to Brawlhalla's, but it was not my thing. After playing yet another run and learning about the Sharbora active skill, which is also broken, please nerf, I felt like I was actually ready to completely destroy the second boss, and see where I could get. So I started a new run, and the very first blessing was a Sharbora epic launcher, literally the best thing I could have gotten. I kept climbing, seeking for maximum sustain by upgrading my health and getting as many Sharbora upgrades as I could, until I was given this dash, and after seeing its effect I knew this was the run. I completely destroyed the first boss, got some more upgrades and relics, and found another epic Sharbora blessing. This time it was the bolt, which completely ended up carrying the run, but you'll see that later. I got an upgrade that made my bolt bounce off walls, and proceeded to wipe every room with ease. I got to the second boss, and after an intense battle I finally managed to defeat them, just one hit away from death. After that I continued upgrading my stuff and exploring the third area, accidentally equipping this relic without thinking about the consequences, but I kept on going. To top off my luck, I also found this epic ice attack upgrade, and I just seemed pretty much unstoppable. I reached the shop before the third boss, bought everything, and prepared myself for the battle. I was doing pretty good damage, and at the same time I was trying my best to learn his attack patterns. Maybe all those hours playing Hollow Knight weren't a waste after all. I was actually amazed by how well I was handling the fight for my first time, but then out of nowhere I started panicking and getting hit by everything. Leaving me just one hit away from death, and I accepted that was the end of the run. Unless... After defeating him, I felt fearless, unstoppable, ready to take on whatever was next, but then... And that was the end of my run. I forgot this game is on early access, and I actually managed to beat all the content available for now in just under 2 hours. After that I played one more run, and also managed to beat it with a fire-oriented build, used to unlock and trade the gauntlets, which actually felt pretty much like Brawlhalla ones. Anyway, I genuinely had a blast playing this game. If you've played Brawlhalla before, and especially if you're good at it, you're gonna love Spiritfall. It came out just earlier today, so give it a try and tell me how it goes. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.